The Fenton Education Association has long believed in working together to put students first.
Fenton Education Association ने लंबे समय से छात्रों को पहले रखने के लिए मिलकर काम कराने में विश्वास किया है.
And we accept the challenge to use these words through the lens of equity.
Y aceptamos el desafío de usar estas palabras a través de la lente de equidad.
And acknowledge that this work is uncomfortable and ever evolving.
Nous reconnaissons que ce travail est inconfortable et en constante évolution.
We put students first when we value students for their race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, ability, religion, spirituality, nationality, and socioeconomic status, and celebrate every unique identity.
We put students first when we understand and acknowledge that educational institutions have long been tools of oppression in which we need to continuously examine the policies and practices that many of us have taken for granted for far too long.
We recognize that we can no longer separate our past from our present in order for an equal future.
We stand with and stand up for historically oppressed communities, whether it be due to their race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, ability, religion, spirituality, nationality, immigration status, or socioeconomic status.
We demonstrate with words, actions, and policies that equity is not just a checkbox, but an issue of deeper morality, and one which, though the work may be uncomfortable, is necessary and is a responsibility to address.
We demonstrate and acknowledge that the institution of education can be an agent for social change and mobility to provide opportunities, empower students to be their own leaders, and to organize with others.
We prioritize the need for students to celebrate their authentic selves, not assimilated versions of what the dominant culture dictates.
We amplify student voices so that their stories hold space for the truths of discrimination, racism, and microaggressions without victim shaming or dismissal of lived experiences and generational trauma.
We embrace all opportunities to educate and confront racism, specifically when students share their experiences.
We acknowledge and reflect on what we choose to include in our curriculum versus what we leave out.
We put students first when we pledge to critically reevaluate curriculum through the perspective of cultural representation.
We speak the languages of students and their families, both literally and metaphorically.
We confess we all have implicit biases and pledge to continuously challenge them.
We will put students first when we strive to mentor our students of color and promote them in leadership positions. We will see to it that their voices will be central to our curriculum as to educating ourselves and our students about the history of oppression and how it continues to benefit those in power.
We will put students first when we continuously reflect upon and challenge our equity practices. We will have uncomfortable and necessary conversations to confront our own privilege, and we accept the challenge to be uncomfortable.
We will put students first when we support our students' social activism.
We will hold ourselves and our school accountable to change, as well as taking ownership of ways in which we have perpetuated racism in our school.
We will put students first when we call out, confront, and rectify racism, when we hear it and see it. We will learn about and confront the destructive power of microaggressions, and we will advocate a fair and just school community by pursuing restorative justice in our classrooms.
We will put students first when we use these principles when making decisions on curriculum, practices, and other policies that impact our students' academic, social, and emotional well-being.
We will put students first when we pronounce their names correctly, use their selected pronouns, and affirm that the language we use to identify ourselves is a fundamental part of our identity.
We will put students first when we protect them from racial profiling in our school and meet them with compassion and justice when they experience it.
We commit to doing the work of dismantling systems of racism and oppression in our school.
We will put students first by defending and empowering them, regardless of immigration status.
In closing, we echo the words of James Baldwin from his A Talk to Teachers in 1963. The obligation of anyone who thinks of himself as responsible is to examine society and to try to change it and to fight it, at no matter what risk.
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 At no matter what risk. This is the only hope society has.
This is the only way society changes.